Good morning, everyone. Thank you. This is so great to be in person after so long. We had the first in-person meeting, the Exec Summit in Carmel in April, but seeing the users, the customers, so much energy. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate that. Yeah, all right, that's my presentation, finally. Good. Thank you. I'm gonna be accompanied by a few team members, so it's gonna be a little bit of a different keynote because we can't wait to show you what we have for you. So treat that as a initial product launch and direction. There's a very big session in the afternoon with all the great demos. This one will have a demo. But we want to talk about value acceleration. We want to talk about why the future of customer success is composable. So as Jamie said, welcome to Miami. Who wants to go to Disney World? When I was in California, I said Disneyland. Here it's Disney World. So who went before this event? Great. And who's going after? Excellent. All right. Great. So what you should expect, I mean, you can ask the ladies behind you, as you come into Disneyland, Disney World, you have the CSM waiting for you in the front and walking you into the rides, right? That's how it worked, right? Was that the case? Yeah, so of course not, right? Because in the case of Disney World, the entire customer journey is designed up front. So the booking, the online experience, the looking around, the hotels, and the ride, right? And in fact, when I was talking to Ann when we did our transition into a self-service model and the product growth model, we called it Product Disneyland. And the reason is because on one hand, it seems kind of completely self-service, and on the other hand, it's an amazing experience. And don't get me with enterprise does not care for value of their time or they are looking for something else. No, everyone, every human being likes to feel in control, likes to feel welcome, and likes to go through an amazing experience. So that's about Disney. And in Disney, I don't know if you know that, but they have this special group that is called Imagineering. And these are the people that, think about this as their designer of experience. And if you've been to Disney, let's say 3 years ago, and you've been to Disney now, it's a different experience. It's similar, but you can see the progression. Everything kind of moves along. So the customer journey keeps on evolving into a new set of experiences. When we zoom out for a second, what we realize is that the customer journey is the product, right? I mean, we tend to think that the feature functions, the UI is the product, but the truth is, it's just part of the product. The true product is the customer journey itself. And if we agree that, let me convince you that others are thinking about this in the same way, but when we say that the customer journey is the product, customer success is the central life force of the recurring revenue business, because when we talk about customer journey, this is how loyalty is being earned, this is where moments are won, and this is how recurring revenue multiplies, right? So if you want to think about customer success, I was thinking about this morning, so how do we tie this together? Customer success is this program that manages the customer journey with purpose, okay? And like Disney, they're doing this for money, right? You know that, right? It's not just about the experience, but a great experience delivers great commerce output, a lot of revenue and very high profits and high margins. And in fact, Disney is not the only company that realized that. Apple, probably a known brand for some of you, is also treating their stores and the in-store experience as a product. Mark from our team here, his son is a product manager for the store experience in Apple. Right, so if you visit in Palo Alto from time to time where they have their flagship store, you see on the door this black sign that they're doing a release upgrade, a new version of the store. Truly, this is happening from time to time, meaning that they treat that as a product and they treat this product with versions. There's a new version of this experience from time to time. And it's not only Apple. It's also Tesla, right? Look, I mean, you've seen the Tesla website, whomever, bought a car or wanted to buy a solar roof and so forth. Look what's on the top menu, the products. And the idea is that it's digital first. All those customer journeys are digital first. They are self-serve because self-service is a more empowering experience for any user. And they are product-led, meaning they're driving you as a consumer in this case as fast as possible to the value. And in this case is, having a car or having a roof and so forth and so forth. So let's talk about those when we say that the product is the customer journey or the customer journey is the product. What do we mean when we say customer journey? What are the core attributes? So the first is it has to be value-driven. Shortest path from where the customer is to where the value is, right? That's kind of the key idea of removing friction to value. And for that reason, in today's world, it's digital first, right? Everyone starts everything on Google, searches and starts their experience, whether it's for buying new products or even if it's you're a customer of existing product and you're looking to do something, where do you go first? You go digital, right? You search it up, you look it up on YouTube. This is where the information lies. Secondly, it's self-service, or at least it starts in self-service and then escalates into human interaction. And lastly, as I said, shortest path to value, it's product-led. Right? And product-led is a very kind of discussed term in the industry these days, but when I say that, what I mean is customers are looking to get access to value as soon as possible with minimum barriers. They don't want to go through hoops until they get the actual purpose in which they are interested in the engagement. The second thing about a modern customer journey is that it's shared. It's not about any single function in the organization. So you're seeing on the left-hand side, have this imaginary thinking of a funnel. So when we were thinking about the world in a very transactional fashion, right? So every function did their job and passed it on to the next function. But that's not a value-driven journey. Value-driven journey is shared. The customer is in the center and the team is around the customer and they all deliver in concert. Remember concert, right? We're going to talk about orchestration later. But they all deliver in concert a great customer value. And we were just talking backstage about any single engagement can ruin the entire experience, right? So the idea is that the entire company needs to be fully orchestrated, so it's not of best wishes of any single individual. It's about designing. Remember Disney? Very well-designed experience that leads to value very quickly. And the last point, as I mentioned with the Apple example, the customer journey, like any other product, always evolves, right? So when you build it, it's not like one and done. You got to think about the next version and the next version and the next version, right? So start small and very quickly iterate, and this is how you become better at that. And the most important aspect of iterations in the speed of learning, right? So the faster you can iterate, the faster you can learn, the faster you can implement learnings into a next version to become better. So today, we are celebrating 1 year anniversary to a $100 million investment of Great Hill and others in the business. And when on the press releases of a year ago, I think it was September of last year, we talked about our investment in customer success innovation. So the rest of the team is going to talk about the actual innovation. I'm going to talk about the reasons for the innovation. When we say innovation, what do we mean by that? Because we are a team, as you can see, the Totango team is passionately motivated to drive the vision of a customer-centered businesses, right? That's what we do. And we believe that with technology and best practices, we can help you achieve that faster, right? So, we are ourselves always evolving towards a better, simpler, faster future of customer success. So I want to parse it out and help you kind of see through our eyes how we think about this. So when we think about you, our customers, right, and when we kind of received the funding, we took a step back into a few processes to say, okay, so when we say lead the market with innovation, who our customers are. And one of the things that we've noticed, a very big difference between our customers and some others. So you see yourselves as magic makers, as pace setters, and as growth generators. When we prepared for this summit, we had so many customers reporting like remarkable metrics, like net revenue retention of 150 growing to 180, or recently it was public, so one of our customers, SentinelOne, reported a 3-digit growth year over year and 137% net revenue retention. And one of the other things that we're seeing, by the way, which is not written here, is that the people we work with, we have very long-term relationship. People are running processes or the initiative through multiple years, right? It's not like year and a half and moving on. We are actually able to work with customers who see through massive changes in organizations. We also noticed that you customers have very high expectations. You're looking for day one value. Cut the noise, right? That's a nice word to say. Cut the noise and get me a day one value. Also, allow me to continuously recalibrate. It's not a one and done. Change is constant, continuously recalibrate. And lastly, and when we do all that, I want to have a predictable scale-up results, right? So very high expectations. And it aligns very well with our, I guess the reason why you're here is because it aligns very well with our strategy, right? As opposed to technology that is doing some things and then everything else is reliance on services and consulting. I think we've painted this picture as a vision for where we're going in 2018. Technology does more. We call it Composable Customer Success. Everything that is consulting is baked into the product. These are the success blocks, the best practices, the getting started guide, the training. There's so much more that is launching this week, and I'm sure you've seen some of that in the product already. And great team to help as needed, but it's not a must. There's no reliance, there's no need to rely on our team if you can do this on your own. So our job is to enable you to be self-reliant, self-sufficient, and be successful. That's the high-level strategy, and all of that, so you can win with inspiring journeys, right? That's kind of the we are doing all the hard work so you can design amazing journeys that are super impactful for your customers, because if the journey is the product, this is the prize. So this is what we enable you to do. So when we think about our platform, we call it Composable Customer Success. You've all heard about this, I'm assuming, in the last 90 days or so since we launched the thinking. It's a platform designed for outcomes first. It's modular, and it has embedded intelligence. But as you can see, we focus on the core platform so you can build impactful journeys for your customers. That's the way we think about the world. So when we say Composable Customer Success, which is outcome first and modular and with embedded intelligence, which you all heard some of these ideas before, the 6 tenets of Composable, it's modular, build out of building blocks, so you can build customer success your way. There's no one size that fits all. It doesn't work like that. It is, and this is a big theme that you're going to hear from Ann just right after me, it's one system not only to run, but also to design. So this entire, if the journey is the product, then you need a system to design and build and run and measure and iterate super quickly. That's the second tenet of Composable Customer Success. The third one, of course, multidimensional customer view, right? All information that you as a company have on your customer, gather it, make sense of it so you can make intelligent and timely decisions. It's outcome first by design. When we launched the success book, we call it goal-based, but it's outcome first, right? You start with where we want to go, and then let's build towards there versus let's first do the action. It has embedded best practices, right? Because this market always evolves. There's always constant learning, and you're onboarding with Totango once, but we want to make sure that you're always up to speed and you know what's good and what's standard in the market. And it's a friction-free orchestration. We believe that one of the key reasons why companies are not moving fast enough in customer-centered fashion and building amazing customer journeys is because it's too hard. If I can do single iteration a year, I might as well not do that. If I can do single iteration every 2 weeks, I will be so much better. So removing all the friction, and Ravit is going to talk about this. I'm sure you're going to like it. And then the last part is we know that there's a wide range of starting points for customer success. We also know that a scale-up winner is an organization that runs a customer value business that creates distinctive experiences. I mentioned Disney, Tesla, and Apple, right? They're all alike because they make us feel good, but they do it very differently. So it has to be super unique to the value proposition that you have as a company. So differentiating with distinct experience is very, very important. So that's the goal, but companies start in various positions. They can start all the way through in the beginning where spreadsheets and just trying to figure out the mechanics and keep growing from there. So no matter where you start, we are your partner to get you there. That's our thinking. So when we think about Totango Composable Customer Success Platform, I'd like to invite Anne to start in talking about the innovation and the design that goes into the way in which we think about product design and visual design so you can win with impactful journeys. So I'll be back, but let's round of applause for Anne.
Hello, everyone. Anne Ting, I'm Chief Design Officer at Totango. And as Guy said, I'm going to be talking about some of the new design paradigms that we've put in place in order that's be inspired by you and some innovations to help you create more inspiring journeys. So we saw this slide before, right? Customer journey is the product. And the customer success program's main objective is to manage that customer journey so that we can create those memorable Disney World-like experiences for our customer and also realize net revenue retention for our business. But in order to manage your customer journey, you have to know where you are today, where you're going, and how you're going to get there. And this is not just about understanding the tasks and activities of your team. It's having a great visual map of your holistic customer journey. And to have that as a shared vision that tells a story of your customer and how you are purposefully progressing your customer through that journey with you. And because the customer journey is shared, it's got to be something that's very visual so that everyone can understand and also ensure that it keeps current. Understand, and it's always current. I'm going to step back to that in a second. So some of these images might seem very familiar to you. You've probably created journey maps in your past, whether that be in slides, PowerPoint, Miro, Lucidchart, whatever tool of your choice. And you've taken that map and you've given it to somebody else to go implement. Now, the main problem with that is that the minute you've given that to someone else to implement, it's outdated. It's obsolete, right? Because as we said, the customer journey is a living, breathing, always evolving thing. And as you are trying to continue to iterate and improve that journey to give them better and better experiences, those Disney World-like experiences for your customer, you're constantly cycling through planning what that journey is going to be like, how do we build it, how do we run it, what am I learning about it, how am I measuring, and then so on and so forth. And when you have the tool that you're designing your customer journey maps in, and the system that you're trying to run your customer journey in two separate places, you end up with outdated processes, gaps in your user experience, overlaps in a lot of the interactions and communications, and ultimately a customer journey map that you can't rely on to confidently make decisions and know what's happening with your customer. So this is a key reason why we introduced the customer experience canvas. It's one design paradigm that brings together design, a visual, and also an execution engine that allows you to design, build, run, measure, and continually optimize and tune your customer journeys from end to end. It's the only system that's actually managing the flows of your customer journey, not just the activities, but the flow of your customers through the process, and gives you the simple and easy way so everyone in your organization can stay connected with that shared vision and get that aha moment of what's happening and how it all works together. Earlier this year, we introduced the Customer Experience Canvas for Success Blocks. There's one visual workplace that allows you to compose and orchestrate all the workflows and communications engagements that's happening with your customer across their journey. And so at this point, I actually want to bring Nate up so that he can provide a demo for you of what the Customer Experience Canvas looks like for Success Blocks.
Thanks, Ann, and good morning, everyone. This product has been my baby for the last year or so I'm excited to share it with you this morning. So what we have in front of us here is a blank canvas. This is an onboarding success block, and what I'm going to show you is how easy it is to just quickly put together an onboarding journey within just a couple minutes, because that's all that I have this morning. So I'm first going to start by creating what we call tracks. And this tracks represent the actual customer journey that I'm going to deliver. So in this case, a typical onboarding program is going to start with kickoff. Then we'll do some sort of discovery. Then we'll do some sort of implementation type of tasks. Typing and talking is always difficult. Eventually we're live, right? But there's also a chance that we'll run into some risks, and we should have some bailouts built into our flow. So I've very quickly put together what's the flow and the various stages of my onboarding journey. And now I just need to figure out, well, what am I going to do at each of these stages? So very quickly I can do things like add campaigns and success plays, and I don't need to actually build out each of these campaigns and success plays as I go. Instead, I'm going to build out the journey itself and then come back later and actually configure it. So typically when I do a kickoff, I'll do something like some sort of sales to CS handover process, right, where I'm doing a knowledge transfer and making sure that the transition is smooth. I'll also want to do something like send a welcome email to all of the new users who get added to the platform. During discovery, we'll want to do some sort of structured discovery meeting and gather requirements. And during implementation, we'll do, for the purposes of this demo, things like, let's say, we do some sort of data integration process that needs to be handled, and we also have, let's say, product configuration. Once we've completed all of those processes, the customer's live, right? And one of the main things that we want to do is understand how was onboarding for you. So we'll want to do some sort of CSAT survey at the end. And like it or not, projects get delayed, right? So we definitely want to have some sort of structured play built around what do I do when a project's delayed. So, and just like that, I've now designed my onboarding process very quickly and easily. I think I'm still doing okay on time. Now, one of the things that's really great about Totango, though, is that you don't have to start with a blank canvas. And instead, you can go into our customer journey marketplace, where you have the ability to start with something that's pre-built for you, and then customize it yourself. So here, we've got our Manage Onboarding Projects success block with a canvas that's already defined for you and ready for you to quickly customize. What I notice when I first see this is that at Totango, during onboarding, we do some training before a customer's live. And today, there's no training track. So I'm just going to quickly add that and then drag it to where it belongs. And then, we need to make sure that we actually invite our users to training. Now, once I've created the campaign itself, it's very easy to just jump in and start to customize it, where we, again, have pre-built templates for you to get started. So I'll just grab one of these invitations, and I won't bore you with configuring the campaign and writing the copy right now, but what you'll see is that this is live, so that I actually don't need to save anything. Everything's happening in real time for me, and that's the customer experience canvas in a nutshell. We've got a lot more to show you later on during the product session about what you can do with this tool, but for now, I'll go ahead and hand it back over to Ann. Thank you.
All right, I feel like that needs another round of applause, because isn't that awesome? Yeah, all right. I know all of you want to immediately open up your laptops and start creating your own canvas, but please wait until after the presentation is done to do so. But actually, 70% of the folks in this room, your customers, have actually been creating canvases, which is pretty great considering we just launched it less than 6 months ago. Right? You're in there, you're building canvases, you're visualizing your entire customer journey. And I think what you're seeing is that not only are you able to create things faster, create journeys faster, but you're also more efficient. We're seeing that you're able, people who are using Canvas, to create 2 times more campaigns, 6 times more workflows and success plays for your teams, just because you're using Canvas. So I think it's pretty awesome. And from those results, we're actually extending Canvas. So we're going to take this and elevate Canvas to another level. We're actually giving you the visualization of the entire journey map with Canvas. So this way, now you have this one workspace where you can look at the entire journey from onboarding to adoption to renewal to expansion to advocacy. And this is the current state of where your customer journey is to date and where you're going to go in the future, and all the individual programs or success blocks that are getting you there. Hope you're excited. Yes? I know our own team is also very excited, so I'm super happy to be getting this out to you guys. That's not all. We're actually also introducing the customer experience canvas design paradigm into the campaign experience as well. So this is going to allow you to actually manage an entire series of emails in one campaign flow. It's not out today, but you're going to be able to see this. So for example, if you wanted to invite those people to the training sessions or onboarding, you can actually combine all the invite, the reminders, the confirmation, the follow-up into one campaign and visualize the entire experience. Great, thank you. But what I think is truly exciting about this is that it's not just actually circles and boxes and if-then statements. You can see here that this is super visual. You can see the actual experience your customer is having. You can see the engagement. You can see whether it's consistent with your brand and how emotionally your customers might be feeling connecting with the communications that you're having with them. Last but not least, I know this is something that people have asked us for, we're bringing Canvas to your segments as well. With the Canvas design for your segment progress, you're going to be able to visualize the status of your book of business and the life cycle and how they're progressing through. Right? And it's not just visualizing and seeing it and being able to share that with your leaders, your managers, your team. You'll actually be able to manage your customers. So that very cool, easy, modern drag and drop experience that Nate just showed you, that is one of the underpinnings of how easy, intuitive Canvas is to use in terms of helping to manage your journey. And we're bringing that here too, so that you can move your customers along in their life cycle with you. Well, I am glad you're excited because I am super excited also about how we've taken this idea, this innovation, this design into the entire Totango platform, giving you the way to design, Build, run, measure, iterate, optimize your customer journeys better and better and better, bringing that strong, powerful visual and execution engine to one place so that you can actually create those inspiring journeys for your customers. So I'm really excited to see what you're going to come up with, too. With that, I'm actually handing it back to Guy. See if he can do this.
Thank you, Anne. So what do you guys think about this Canvas as the design system for Totango? Isn't that great? Finally, your people in your organization will be able to understand what you guys are doing. That was a key design choice. They can actually visualize the customer journey, the activity, and it's not, so how is it different than a CRM? It's not even close, right? It drives the customer journey as opposed to tasks and activities only, right? All right, so we talked about the journey part of the platform, but that's not the only thing that we have been planning for you. I want to invite Ravi to talk about how we win as a team with intelligent journeys. So there's a lot in the platform that Ravi is eager to talk to you about, so without further ado.
Good morning. First, I hope you're all very excited, customer journey as a product. That's amazing, right? And now you have the way to visualize that with all the great things that Anne showed you. But let's go one step further and see how you can share that and communicate with the rest of the organization, making sure that it's actually being leveraged by the whole team. So shared, open, and community. How are we going to take that and use that in the market? So one of the things we shared many years ago was how can you take whatever you're doing in customer success and sharing it with the rest of the organization. We gave you a tool to share it with marketing. We gave you a tool to share it with some of your team members. Now we're also giving you tools to share it with executive. And actually, starting today, you can go ahead and download the mobile app to share the executive scorecard with your managers. That's one, but that's not enough. Customer success is a practice that engages the whole company. It's not only one team, right? You need to collaborate and work together with other parts of your organization. You need to make sure that your flows are fully integrated into other parts of the organization, sales and marketing. And in order to do that, we want to make sure you have the right tool. So one of the things you'll see in the later demo session is we are now giving you the ability to manage opportunities from Totango, the whole life cycle. So as a CS, I can actually go understand what are the opportunities, identify those opportunities based on, as an example, customer usage or when the license ends. Once I'll understand that, I can actually go ahead and create the opportunity, collaborate with sales, and get the recognition that I deserve for as a CS because I was the one that identified that. So creating this whole journey of CS and sales collaborating on creating an opportunity and eventually either closing a deal or renewing on the market, that's something that you will now be able to do with Totango, collaborating with every CRM that you're working with. And as you can see here in the account profile, you can now see all the details of the opportunities that are taking part of an account. So now you get an end-to-end view of what's going on with your account. But that's not enough. There's a lot of data that you all shared within your success box. There's a lot of data that we have in Totango that we are collecting. And now we can take this data, and with the best practices that we have in the product, we can actually give you insights for the next action that you need to do. So leveraging the data in Totango, that's one of the things that you can do. So the first thing is that we will enable you to identify support storm. And when you have that, it's not only identifying it, it's actually understanding what is the right thing to do right now. So once it will identify support storm for you, you will be right away able to run a play that will enable you to drive and to close those support storms. So you don't need to drill down to the data. We can identify that for you and enable you to leverage this data and close support storm. That's not only that. You can understand the usage of a customer automatically with Totango. You can identify whether an account is being overserved or underserved, all of it with a platform automatically without you drilling down into the specific, but getting all the data around that. Guy talked about the marketplace and talked about the marketplace. We know that eventually all of us are creators. We see each one of you here as a creator of content, not only a success block, campaigns, KPIs, emails, all of it are things that we would like to enable you to share. So how are we actually going to use it in the community? So the first thing is this week we launched the Creator Campus, and I hope you all had a chance to play with it. This is the place where you can go ahead and learn how to use Totango, get our best practices. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. If you didn't have a chance to go into Creator Campus, just do that. It has tons of best practices. It has a lot of knowledge how to configure Totango, how to work with Totango. This is a place for you to earn badges, how to leverage Totango and get the right skills, how to use the product without consulting any CSM. Just go ahead and leverage that. So that's one thing where we enabled all of you to go ahead and figure out how to learn and to use Totango. But that's not enough. We said that you're all creators. You all had great ideas that you are sharing with us in our enhancement request platform. We are listening. And actually, just in the last 6 months, since the beginning, more than that, since the beginning of the year, we had the ability to deliver around 40 enhancements that were your asks. You had great ideas. You asked us how to do things in the product. You provided advices for new functionality. We had the ability to deliver those. We are listening to you, and you have 40 ideas. Continue to submit those ideas. These are great innovations that are coming from all of you. You all enable us to make Totango even better. And almost last, the marketplace today includes a lot of stuff. We talked about success blocks that you can go and download, but that's not enough. We want to enable you to be the community around the marketplace, to leverage your knowledge, to leverage your best practices. So you can now go to the marketplace in the next few months and give star ratings for the success block based on your experience. You will be able to see which other customers downloaded a specific success block. How did they use it? You will be able to discuss with your partners and other customers how are they using a specific success block, and all of it in the marketplace. But that's not enough. Today, the marketplace enables you only to see programs, right? A full success block and how to drive a specific part of the journey. But now it will be more than that. You will be able to see in the marketplace more assets, collaborate on campaigns, collaborate on KPIs, share those between all of you. It's a community of CSMs, and we want to make sure the data that is being gathered by Totango customers will be eventually shared. And the last thing around the community, we will give you the power to publish your assets. So if there's a great success block that one of you created or a great KPI that you want to collaborate with others, you will be able to do it in the marketplace. And lastly, but very important, we are opening the doors. We talked about community. It's not only Totango and Totango customers. We have many customers that are actually identified very nice use cases while leveraging their tools and Totango together and extending the platform. We are opening our doors for more partners that will work with us to deliver more use case to fulfill the needs of all of us. So I think there's a lot. You'll see many demos today in the afternoon session. Just join us to hear that, and hopefully there's an excitement because there's a lot of new functionality. Thank you.
So this is exciting. I hope you caught the AI part, right? It was not on the slide, but when we say that we are highlighting data events, it's the beginning of a platform that becomes smarter as you use it. And we're using our research in AI that we've been working on for the last 2 years to start exposing into natural flows. It's not a special product, into natural flows, more intelligence and more recommendations. So that's one thing. The second thing that was is very important. Totango had a mobile product for many, many years, but we've launched a new mobile product. It's called the Customer Journey Analyzer. It's available on Google Play and on the App Store. And it's basically the scorecard in the success box, right? So it's available right now. Just use your credentials, and you can start seeing performance metrics on the go in your mobile. I'm doing this, I think like 10 times a day, every day, to just see progress on key success books that we care about. So highly recommended. The team has done an amazing job. We said we're going to invest in innovation. Here are some of the fruit of this labor. But I will summarize that. I know that there's been a lot of packed content, that our motivation is when the product is the journey, our motivation is to allow you, very important customers of ours, to build amazing journeys that are super impactful for your business and create amazing experiences for your customers, and to allow you to start at any point of your maturity and become a scale-up winner. So this is our commitment to you. Thank you, everyone.